Hello everybody, welcome back. My name's Mamiya, and today we're going to be checking out some more Sodaman, the awesome sci-fi bullet heaven, well, cyberpunk I would say. So, in last episode, we used the bungel to massive effect, I would say. We managed to get all the way to the final boss, and without spoiling it, things got a little bit dirty. So yeah, if you fancy seeing a shotgun run, then do go check out the previous video. But I was thinking today we try out something completely different. Let's go for the sniper. So the sniper, their special thing is the projectiles gain plus 100 base damage with each pierce. You can see that in like the bottom right hand side of the screen. It has super high base damage, quite large projectile size. Magazine size is 11, so quite low, higher than the shotgun was. But I'm not entirely sure what direction I want to take it in. Do we try risk 3? So if we struggle with risk 3, I'll just put it back down to risk 2 and we can hopefully get a full run out of that. But we kind of go in for econ just to upgrade our weapons a little bit more and unlock more enhancements for our character. Okay. I definitely need to... Well, let's keep the voice quite loud. Effects, you can go down a bit. Yeah, that's alright. A little bit better. Sniper is going off like a bloody madman. Holy moly. Right, what do we got? We got permafrost. Is a deployment. You spawn tornadoes that move around the map, dealing damage and applying chill to enemies caught inside. Context. Chill is an effect that slows enemies for 10% over a period of 5 seconds, stacks up to 4 times. How much do we care about that? I don't know if we do, you know. Chill doesn't seem particularly great for snipers because we have high base damage. So slowing enemies, I think they're just going to die before slow has any effect. I think the chill is really good for maybe like the SMG or something like that. But yeah, the next one is Glacier, which just gives all our attacks chill and 33% increased damage. Or we could do Sir Isolot, a strike ability that makes every 7th attack causes snowballs to fall around the enemy hit. And the snowballs deal 60 damage. We do 20 snowballs. Okay, so what's that? 1,200 damage, I think. In a radius of 2 meters. That's quite a lot of damage. Let's take Sir Isolot. There they are, that was the snowballs. Maybe we can get some sort of magazine size increase. We seem to be doing okay so far on the hardest difficulty. Let's see.
And the codes, of course. Don't forget, you need to get all 3 codes in minutes, or they change again.
Don't you worry. Hold tight and wait for me. When I get back with your people and my sodas, we'll have a nicer chat. I want to know the story behind those beautiful eyes.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think that's ER. Hi. Right, so we've got to go to these exclamation marks and see what's over there. The way that woman, what she was saying, appears to be that we have to quickly hit these exclamation marks, otherwise they're reset. Let's see, what cards do we get? 10% XP gain or 16% summon damage? Well, we're not doing any summons at the moment, so let's just get the XP gain for now. We can always remove it. What do we got? Buzzed. Your attacks deal more damage and can trigger chain lightning, dealing damage based on your attack. Enemies hit by chain lightning may become electrocuted. Electrocute is stuns affected enemy for 0.5 seconds every second over a period of 5 seconds. That seems pretty good. 16% chance for the chain lightning. 20% attack damage. 3 chain bounces, 2 times chain multiplier, and 33% electrocute chance. Oh, there's a passive here, D's shots. Whenever you take attack, you also fire a bullet with 50% damage in the opposite side of where you aimed at. 3 projectiles, okay. That could be pretty good. Probably later though. And then we got Copium Blueberry, a passive that makes our deploys become more efficient. And we have no deploys at the moment, so I think we're going to go for Chain Lightning. Make a Chain Lightning Sniper. As we rush to these obelisks. Oh, we've just got to destroy them. Okay. Oh, wow, that was a lot of chain lightning. Nice. We've done 1 out of 3. This is an upgrade for our snowballs. Unfortunately, it doesn't change the number of attacks required to trigger it. It just gives us more damage. Critical attacks causes enemies to freeze. Freezes enemies cannot move or attack. Now, are we doing anything with crits? I don't think we are at the moment. I think this is mainly good for bosses. Because at the moment we're one-shotting stuff, so really it doesn't matter if they're frozen or not. Torren Sand Blueberry, a passive that gives your spark more efficiency by 10%. Yeah. I do want to keep these in the pool, so I'm not going to banish either of them at the moment, but we'll just upgrade our snowballs for now. Still dealing a ton of damage. I don't know what the timer is like in terms of when the obelisks reset, but I hope we've got a few minutes, because it's going to take that amount of time to run between them. Oh, we did like 1.6k damage in one hit there. Holy moly. Does the chain lightning multiply? I think it is. Because of the base ability of the sniper dealing more damage the more enemies it hits. Interesting. Whenever your attacks hit an enemy, shards of ice might explode through its back, dealing damage and inflicting chill. Or we can upgrade our snowballs once again. Or crit attacks cause enemies to freeze. I don't think we've got high enough crit chance to take that just yet, but shards of ice, 10% chance for 200 damage, 5 ice shard count, and piercing 1. Yeah, I think that's worth picking up. Right, we got 1 more obelisk to go. I'll tell you what, as soon as we find a magnet, we're going to be sitting pretty with levels. Because all this rushing is making it so we're leaving XP on the ground. I am trying my best to sort of grab it when I can. Oh, 3,000 damage there. What was that? Does the sniper have a higher base crit chance? I think it might do, because we keep regularly hitting 3,000. Maybe we should pick up the freeze. It'll be real useful on elites. We got Cheeky Bee, a passive. Whenever you take damage, you irradiate nearby enemies. And irradiation is affected enemies take 20% more damage from all sources. Very good against bosses. We got a deploy in Pulsar. On cooldown, you gain a shield that prevents damage. 30-second cooldown. Or we can override our attack. Attacks deal increased damage and a chance to irradiate enemies. 21% attack damage and 28% irradiate chance. Nah, I think we'll go for when we take damage, irradiate nearby enemies. Do we do that? A shield might actually be better. Nah. Ooh, I see a magnet on the map. All that radiation. That just makes them take... Was it 20% more damage, I think? There's the last obelisk. Return to Jadith Mose. That's our first elite. We're not timed anymore by the looks of it, so we can do a bit of farming for chests. But I really want to kill this elite. Sir Isolot once again getting upgraded, maybe. Shards of Ice being upgraded. You gain a whole 1% extra chance of shards exploding through the enemy's back there. It does bump up the damage quite considerably. That's almost 50% damage increase. How about we... Sir Isolot is guaranteed. So maybe we take that. Yeah, let's upgrade Sir Isolot again. Upgrading the rarity of Cheeky Bee to make the radius that we irradiate enemies bigger. 25% increase, that is. We don't really want to irradiate enemies with our normal attack. I like the chain lightning. Whenever you reload smite nearby enemies, I do like that. We have a very low mag size, so we are reloading quite frequently. And 260 damage is nothing to turn your nose at, so... Yeah, I think I'll take that. That was nice. We are looking out for a bit of health here. Ooh, I didn't realise they could turn so quickly. It might be a bit difficult for us to grab that chest. Ooh, enemies are fast now. Ooh. Rather fast. I think we gotta go for the magnet. We need to be killing guys as quickly as we can. Oh dear. How are we going to get to this magnet? Oh. There we go. Get some levels, please. Smite nearby enemies. Whenever you take damage, fire a gamma ray that bounces between enemies until all of its damage is drained. More irradiation. Yeah, I think we want to take the gamma ray here. Because we'd be taking quite a bit of damage. Ooh, almost doubling the amount of damage on reload from smite here, from 260 to 442. That seems pretty good. Rather than upgrading the rarity of Cheeky Bee. And do you know what? I'm actually going to banish Meltdown. Yeah. Because we like the chain lightning on our attack, so we never want to get rid of that. At least not with the irradiation. Let's upgrade our smite. All that XP. So good. We could upgrade our Sir Isolot once again. We get Horror San Blueberry. Your sparks become more efficient. 10% efficiency. Or we could upgrade our Verglus for a Shard of Ice increase. Yeah, sure. Let's get our Shards of Ice up. I think we're going to get another level, maybe. If we're lucky. More upgrades. I mean, I still really like the sound of Gamma Ray, because at this difficulty, we're getting hit quite frequently. And if this stops us taking multiple hits, I feel like that's probably worth it. Yeah. And going from 3,000 to 5,400 is a huge, huge damage increase. Where's this woman at? Bunga bunga.
Thank you for saving us.
No problem, sweetheart.
As a thank you, we would like to give you this gift. It came from Up.
Vending machine.
We hope it will prove useful to you. You may find it around from now on.
Finish what I started. Maybe I'll pay you a visit. Show you the story.
Music is way too loud. You can't hear the guy talk over the music. See you later. Health up there. We absolutely need to go for that. Ooh. I'm rushing for the health. Ooh, okay. That ranged attack did a huge amount of damage on us. Are we going to be able to make it to the health? Survive for 15 minutes we've got to do now. What hit us there? Oh well. Well, we did the hard part. Let's return to the ship and see what money we've got. We might be able to get some tech upgrades. And I think we will go back into the hard area. Right. Let's buy some stomach upgrades. Spark damage and spark efficiency, or 10% dodge chance. Each empty different soda type slot grants 10% additional dodge chance. I think I'd rather just go for damage here and spark efficiency and equip it. That's all our money. So just to let you guys know, the upgrades that we do have. We've got Ether Vision Edge equipped. Every boss, mini-boss, or elite slaying gives you cash equal to 20% of your cash total. We got Nova Pacer. +1 dash charge increases your dash damage by 50% for each dash charge you have. We got Evo Boost. Critical hits grant combo equal to twice the amount gained from kills, and you get 5% increased crit chance. And we've got Ocean Boxers. Increase your luck by 25% and soda damage by 10%. Did we do the arm? Arm is just increase your attack damage by 30%. Sweet. We can just do risk 3 now, and our mission is just to survive, so we can do the usual of bouncing between chests. Oh my god, there's 3 chests real close together. Okay, that's fantastic. What do we got? Still don't like Irradiate. But I do like Gamma Ray and Reload. Let's take the Reload now. Radium, whenever you reload, you smite the nearby enemies for 260 damage. Notably, it's a spark as well, and we just took an upgrade that gives us 30% more spark damage. So, whatever 30% of 260 is, let's work that out. 60, 78, an extra 78 damage. Yeah. I think I did the maths right there. Alright. Over to our first chest. See what goodies are inside. Ooh, we get a purple. 22% soda damage. I mean, yeah. Better than 24% strike damage, because this is general, like generic. Yeah, let's apply that. 22% damage increase is juicy. Now all we need is a soda for our base attack. Then we'll be off to the races. But that was a super good pickup early on. More irradiation. I don't... You know what? I'm never going to pick this. So let's just banish Meltdown. I think we probably would want the damage shield. So Pulsar is a deployment that on a 30-second cooldown, you gain a shield that prevents damage. Then epic, each time you reload, you heal proportionally to your reload time. I've never seen this one before. That seems wild, though. Or 20 max HP. Nah, I'd rather have healing. So, yeah. What is our reload time? Like 1.5 seconds, maybe? And we make that longer. I think... Not off the top of my head, I don't think there's a way to increase your reload time. There's definitely ways to decrease it. Your attacks deal more damage and apply chill. Critical attacks cause enemies to freeze. And frostbite. Attacking enemies might freeze. Applies 4 stacks of chill after the duration of the freeze ends. So, why would you take White Death when there's frostbite? Yeah, frostbite has 10% less chance to trigger, but White Death requires you to make crits. It's only 30% chance on a crit. This appears to be all enemies, and it has the added benefit of giving 4 stacks of chill after the duration of freeze ends. And the freeze duration is longer than White Death, yeah. This just seems like a better version of White Death. So, let's take Frostbite. What do we got? If your HP is higher than 80%, gain 14% attack crit chance, or we can just gain a flat 10%. Let's just get a flat 10% crit chance. I feel like we won't have higher than 80% health for very long. Especially when the faster enemies start arriving. At the moment, we're just chilling. Ooh, our first elite. Let's see if we can't freeze this dude. He's bloody chunky. Now, is it worth just trying to farm this guy, or should I go up for the chest? Oh, hell yeah. Chain lightning again. We're basically getting the same build. Deploys being more efficient. Maybe that reduces the cooldown of our shield. That might be something we want to pick up later. But I think we need to shore our main abilities first. Vice T is a passive that increases our movement speed and fire rate after we dash. 20% increased fire rate and 10% increased movement speed for 1.5 seconds. Or we can get buzzed. An attack. Your attacks deal more damage and can trigger chain lightning, dealing damage based on your attack. Enemies hit by chain lightning may become electrocuted. 20% chance to trigger chain lightning. 16% chain lightning. No, wait. 20% increased damage. 16% chance of triggering chain lightning. That bounces 3 times. I don't really know what chain multiplier means. I think it increases your combo by twice as much from the chain lightning. Maybe. That would be my guess. Anyway, 33% electrocute chance. Yeah, we're going chain lightning. It's just incredibly strong in my opinion. Any sort of AoE, the sniper rifle feels very good. Ooh, there's that another purple. Minus 30% dash cooldown or 24% strike damage. Let's get more dash cooldown for now. I feel like that's probably going to be a temporary card that we keep. Maybe. Although having dashes is what was saving us from damage in the last run when enemies start picking up their speed quite a bit. Whenever you reload, smite nearby enemies. On cooldown, you gain a shield that prevents damage, going from 30 to 26 seconds. Okay. And Cheeky Bee, whenever you take damage, you irradiate nearby enemies. I'm actually going to take the smite on reload here, I think. Going from 260 to 442 damage is pretty good. Frostbite, bumping that up to 25% freeze chance and a 0.1 second increase freeze duration. Sure. Set ice a lot. Every 7th attack causes snowballs to fall around an enemy, around the enemy hit for 60 damage and 20 snowball count. So that's 1,200 damage in a 2-meter radius. Or your sparks become 10% more efficient. Let's get Sir Ice-A-Lot. I do like that. I think it's going to be extra useful when large groups of enemies are coming for us. So, our character just shouted out bullseye then. Well, not shouted, he said bullseye. I wonder if that's like triggered on a crit. Or is it just something random that he says? Who knows? I think we're starting to get to the fast enemies now. I feel like we're doing a lot better than we were doing. And... ooh. Can we see... what sparks do we have? Reload and freeze. Honestly, do we want to upgrade here? No. I think I do like the gamma ray because 3,000 damage is a lot of damage. And it bounces between enemies until all of its damage is drained. Yeah, let's get rid of the freeze. Because, honestly, with what we're doing, I don't really think freeze is that good. And we will be getting hit a lot. Eventually. And he just said perfect aim there. It must be on crits. Like, he says something on crits. It's like Serious Sam. Alright. We're having a lot less trouble than we did in the last run. After making attacks for a certain amount, you call lightning. There's a soda called Drink the Lightning for 120 lightning damage and 3 attack hits needed. Now I wonder if it counts piercing attacks. So if our bullet goes through an enemy and hits another enemy, does that count as an attack hit? I think it might do, you know. We can get Copium Blueberry to make our deploys more efficient. Our deploys are the shield. You're going to let me go down to it? There we go. On cooldown, you gain a shield that prevents damage. I think that removes 3 seconds from the cooldown if we get that. Which, yeah, it's pretty good. Or we can upgrade doesnt to deal double the attack damage bonus that it currently gives. I like the idea of Drink the Lightning for Call Lightning every 3 attack hits. 120 damage. Granted, it's not a huge amount of damage when we're hitting for like 3k. But I think it'll add up. It'll mean that if our attacks are just not quite taking out enemies, if they get hit by a Call Lightning, it might just push it over the edge of being lethal in one shot or not. We absolutely want to take out this elite, because elites drop sodas and a lot of XP. Your strikes deal more damage, 10% more damage. That is what Call Lightning is. or these shots. Whenever you take attack, you also fire a bullet with 50% damage to the opposite side of where you aimed at. And projectile count is 2. I think I want the strikes deal more damage passive right now. Yeah, let's go for that. We can reduce the cooldown of Pulsar to gain a shield that prevents damage. Massively bump up the damage of Smite when we reload. And increase the range by a little bit. But 442 to 624 is a big bump. Or we can do Solar Ray, going from 3,000 to 5,400 damage whenever we get hit that bounces between enemies. I quite like the idea of getting Smite up more. Yeah, let's do Smite. I feel like it's going to be the AoE that we need. And we're all about that AoE. Here's the little blue guys that are fast. That, there we go. Just tank a few hits and our little gamma ray takes them all out. Every minute you pull all collectibles on the map towards you. Or epic. Every 6 kills you create a random fire, ice or toxic pool at a random location. Nah, let's get magnet. I think collectibles includes money. Not 100% sure on that. But I guess we'll find out. And is the minute from when we picked that card up, or does it literally mean on the minute mark on the timer? So if it happens in 10 seconds, we'll know. It is on the minute marks. So Isolot, increasing the damage per snowball and the snowball count. Sparks becoming 10% more efficient here. Or Yeti Pop. Enemies you touch while dash takes damage. This damage increase for each chill stack the enemy has. 50% damage per stack, 720 damage, and increased dash range by 38%. We're not really applying chill. As much as I do like Yeti Pop. Nah. Let's make our sparks become more efficient. Just as a reminder, our sparks are Smite and Gamma Rays. So we should get more damage and range. Yeah, that's definitely worth it. Let's go. With an eye to upgrade it as well. Okay, we didn't get a magnet there, so it must be a minute from collection. Oh, these guys are bloody killer, aren't they? These blue guys. Oh dear lord. There we go. We're sucking everything in. More smite damage. Reduction on shield. The cooldown of our damage prevention shield. Or more damage on the gamma ray. Let's start going into reducing the cooldown on the shield, I think. I think it's going to save us from a lot of damage. Can we get an extra level? Yeah, we can. Sparks becoming more efficient. Strike. More snowballs. Nah, I think we go for Taurus and Blueberry, upgrading that to make our spark efficiency up by 20%. Now we just need to reload. Remember as well, we've got the card that when we reload, we heal equal to the length that it takes us to reload. Which, I think it's healing us by 2 each time. There we go. Back up again. I think we just want to go between chests here. We have our damage shield back up. Any XP that we leave on the ground will be picked up by the magnet card that we got so we can pretty safely avoid that. Nice. What do we got? Attack, shoot, one more projectile. You have 5% increased chance to dodge or get an extra dash charge. You know I love me some extra projectiles. Double sniper. Ooh, only one level up from all that XP. Absolutely wild. That extra projectile is basically going to double our chances of triggering chain lightning as well. Oh, here's the first boss. Where you at? Crystalloid Golem. We just gotta patiently run around him. He has got a lot of health. Whenever you take damage, fire a gamma ray. Reduce the cooldown of our shield. Or increase the damage of our smite. Let's bump up the solar ray from 3,000 to 5,400 damage. It's a big old boost. We might even purposely try and get hit by the boss just for the gamma ray trigger, because I think that's going to do like a significant chunk of the boss's health. Let's see. Get our attack damage up. That's all it increases leveling up Boost from 20% to 40% attack damage. We can make our strikes deal more damage. What strikes do we have? We got Sir Ice-a-Lot, so that it increased the damage of our snowballs, and Core Lightning damage. They're both pretty low damage. 60, granted it's 60 per snowball, so this will probably add an extra 6 damage onto each snowball, which is, what's 6 times 20? 120 extra damage. Or we would get an extra 12 damage on this. Yeah, I don't know if it's worth it. I think we just take the 20% increased attack damage here on Buzzed. Yeah. Where's the boss gone? Completely lost him. Ah, there he is. Nice to see you again, mate. We also want to get enemies between us and the boss, because we deal 100 extra damage each time. Oh my god, we're getting rinsed. Oh shit. For each enemy that our bullets pass through. Okay, nasty, nasty, nasty. This is a lot of guys now. Scary times. We could increase the gamma ray damage. Yeah, from 5,400 to 7,800. I think we've got to, because we're getting hit a lot. It's whenever we reload and we're dead. Hasta la vista. Okay. Let's get some upgrades. Let's upgrade the sniper. It costs 350 to upgrade, but upgrading it to level 1. Ooh, that increases its crit chance the next level upgrade from 10 to 15% and 4 to 5 crit damage. I wonder if that's a multiplier. I think that might be a multiplier. Okay, since we have no more money, let's just try and oh, what's ruckus? Enemy crowd, enemy speed. Let's try ruckus level 1 on risk 2 here. Our first attempt. Sorry for the pause there, guys. Literally as soon as the run started, had to sort my dog out. Okay. Let's have a look on the map first. Where are we going to go? Bear in mind, we're on the harder difficulty, so we probably want to... Ooh, I think we want to head south, because there's a lot of stuff, a lot of glowing dots to the south of us. And we can hit the chests on the way. Yeah, I feel like that's a good start. What do we got? Bzzzt. Are we... I don't know if I wanna do chain lightning once again. We can't do it every single run, right? We gotta try something different. Okay. Let's ignore chain lightning. In fact, do you know what? I'm gonna banish it. It is very good, but we want to try other things. Your strikes deal 10% more damage with Shangabi Blackberry. That does nothing for us at the moment because we have no strikes. Purple Pain is a deployment. You throw a disc of electric to the nearest enemy, dealing damage and creating chain lightning with set intervals. Chain lightning damage 120 seconds. Surely that can't be right. Surely it's just 120 damage for 6 seconds on a 7-second cooldown and 5 bounces. Yeah, let's pick that up. Okay, I kind of like that. It's good for clearing out some enemies. Ooh, what do we got here? We've got 8% dodge or enemy projectile speed decreased by 25%. Now we're going for the dodge. Could have probably re-rolled there, but it is what it is. And I'll just pick up the magnet straight away. Why not? What do we got? Your attacks deal more damage and apply toxic. Maybe not. I don't think we want damage over time. Toxic deals damage every 0.5 seconds for 5 seconds, stacking up to 6 times. Inflicts 10 plus 10% of your attack damage. Now, granted, the sniper does have quite a large amount of attack damage, so that would be ticking for a reasonable amount. But I just don't... Yeah, I'm not that fussed. Warp bubble. Whenever a bullet hits an enemy, another bullet gets shot from a random point on the map. These bullets deal more damage. 20% chance for that to happen, 30% more damage. Or Sesto Apple, a passive that makes your summons more efficient by 10%. We don't have any summons yet, so this does nothing. Let's get Warp Bubble. That sounds fun. Getting extra bullets is never a bad thing. Your attacks deal more damage and apply Chill. Chill slows affected enemies for 10% over a period of 5 seconds, stacks up to 4 times. Or Frostbite, attacking enemies might freeze, applies 4 stacks of Chill after the duration of the freeze ends. 20% freeze chance, 1.5 second duration. Or Shangabi Blueberry, your strikes become more efficient, 10% more efficient. I think we try Glacier out here, because what we've been struggling with is the speed at which enemies are coming at us. So giving them Chill will make them slower, which gives us more time to dodge out the way of their attacks. So let's try that. And we want to take advantage of this speed up that we just got. Moving as fast as we can to the bottom where there's chests and events. We'll hit the one on the chest on the right first. Oh, these balls are doing work on us. Yikes. Okay, what do we got? This card gains 20% fire rate and 1 attack piercing every 2 minutes, maximum 3 stacks, or 20 max HP. We're definitely going for the fire rate. Let's go. 20% fire rate goes up to 60% fire rate. That's going to be real good with the sniper. And honestly, do we care? Yeah, we might as well take this elite out. We can get purple pain up to make the chain lightning deal more damage and have a reduced cooldown. Vice T is a passive that increases our movement speed and fire rate after we dash. Duration 1.5 seconds, 10% movement speed bonus and 20% fire rate bonus. Or we can get Raijin, a passive that makes electrocutes mini stun duration increase and now deals damage each time it stuns an enemy. 70 damage and an increase stun of 1 second. Now I think we get increased movement speed and fire rate for sure. After we dash. Whenever you attack, you also fire a bullet with 50% damage. Whenever you take attack. Is that right? That's whenever we get hit, right? I presume. Or we could get Purple Pain or Vice T leveled up. I think we go for these shots here, and we'll see. Keep an eye out for bullets firing behind us. Okay. It's not when we get hit, it's just when we shoot. That is infinitely better. Okay. Oh, that's going to make it way, way, way easier for us to hit, well, to hit everything, to take out big groups of enemies. Ooh, hello, what we got here? Attack ricochet, but less attack damage, or 12% dodge. I think we need the attack damage, I'm going to be honest, so let's take the dodge here, giving us 20% dodge chance. We're going to be going through a lot of chests, I think. Ooh. 10% max HP increase, 11% movement speed, or 5% soda damage. I think I'm going to go for the movement speed here. It's going to... The later we get into the run, the more useful it's going to be, because enemies start getting ridiculously fast. And check the map out. We still want to be heading south. So southwest a little bit to pick up that extra chest. Oh my god, more. 10% increased fire rate, 5% increased damage or more movement speed. Once again, I'm going for the movement speed. Getting around the map quicker is... Movement speed in these type of games is just great. And really, it's only down to me whether I get hit or not by running into enemies, since normally enemies coming near you have like a red AoE that you can see where they're attacking, and they have like a second charge up time. With higher movement speeds, it essentially makes it so they can't hit you. They're never going to be able to get their attack off in time unless you poorly maneuver around them. But it's going to become a lot more evident later on in the run that movement speed is king. Doing a reroll costs 3 less, or you gain 5% attack damage for each card you own, including itself. Yep. That's going to be 20% increased attack damage. We're not really re-rolling that much, but I probably should. We can get more bullet damage on our extra bullet from Warp Bubble. Stats effects deal more damage, or your summons become more efficient. We aren't doing damaging status effects. Chill's not a damaging status effect. And we don't have any summons right now, so let's just bump up our Warp Bubble from 30 to 48% bullet damage. And make sure we're still heading in the right direction. Just directly south of us. Okay. Got every 50 kills you restore 1 health, or minus 20% reload time. I like the heals. I think the heals is going to be more useful than reload speed. And because we're on a higher difficulty, more enemies are spawning. Oh, 5% movement speed straight up there. Which means that we're going to get to 50 kills a lot easier and get more heals. In theory. Minus 1 coin for 10 max health. Minus 10 max health for 8% global damage, or 50 coins. Going for damage. I always go for damage there. I'm just greedy. But damage really is the be-all and end-all. If you can't kill the enemies, then don't think you're surviving much. The strikes become more efficient. What strikes do we have? Warp bubble. I wonder if this increases the chance of it triggering. That is strike. Yeah, that is a strike. Okay. We could deal more damage from Glacier with our attacks, but I do kind of want Shanghai Blueberry here. What are our sparks? We have no sparks, so Taurus and Blueberry doesn't do anything for us right now. Yeah, let's get the legendary. It's always nice when a legendary pops up and it actually works with your build, or with what you've got going currently, and you don't have to build into it. Leveling up grants 40% fire rate for 10 seconds. No chance. This card gains 5% global damage when a card is discarded. I don't really like either of these. But yeah, 40% fire rate for 10 seconds really isn't much. Tell you what, let's reroll. Rare cards grant 15% global damage each. Just rares. Each new soda gets leveled up by 1. Yeah, I think that's better than 8% dodge chance. That was money well spent, in my opinion. Ooh, hello. We got the dogs. It's doggo time. And my god, is there a lot of them. Do you think they're all coming looking for treats? I left my treats at home, guys. Sorry. Sesto Apple, your summons become more efficient. We don't have any summons right now. We can make bullet damage on Warp Bubble go up even more from 48 to 66%. Or we can make our attacks deal more damage and apply Toxic. I'm going to banish that. And we'll upgrade our Warp Bubble for even more damage. Alright, we're no longer trapped. And there is a shrine over in this direction, so let's head there. Oh, if we can get more movement speed, that'd be great. What is it? 5% projectile damage. Okay. Not nothing. Always on the lookout for some magnets. I think we're going to have a lot of stuff on, like, XP and money on the ground. Because we've been running around like a madman. Hopefully we can get something decent from this chest. What do we want to get rid of, though? That is the question. I like the healing. I like the attack speed. Maybe we get rid of the dodge. Dashing releases a gas cloud that applies toxic to enemies around them. Zaza Juice is a spark that dying enemies spread bullets around them. These bullets cannot ricochet or pierce enemies, and they deal 50% damage. 16% chance, 3 projectiles. Or we could bump up our warp bubble a bit more. Nah, I think we take the Zaza Juice here. I just have a feeling it's going to be real good. Oh my god, those icicles deal so much damage. Holy moly. We definitely don't want to touch them. I think we hit 2, and that's the health that we're currently on. Can we get out of there without touching icicles? Just about. Oh, there's an elite. No. Destroy all the icicles. The elite is down. The boss is still very much alive, though. Movement speed and fire rate increases after we dash. Purple pain going up to 192 damage and a cooldown of 6.6 seconds. Or we can do Blitz. Whenever you reload, call lightning strikes random enemies for 228 damage and 10 lightning. Yeah, I do love that. There we go. Call lightning just annihilated everyone, and we even got a magnet. Obra Spit. You spit out a toxic ball to the nearest enemy, which explodes on impact, dealing damage and applying toxic. 400 damage on a 5-second cooldown. Maybe. I like the sound of getting more projectiles on our Zaza Juice, though. Dying enemies might spread bullets around them. These bullets cannot ricochet or pierce. The bullets deal 50% damage. Will summons become more efficient? We don't have summons. More damage on our warp bubble bullets, or more projectiles on our Zaza Juice. Yeah. Can we get another level? Ooh, not quite. I spoke too soon. More movement speed, a reduction in reload time, or attack shoot more projectiles. I pretty much say whenever you see your attack shoot more projectiles, you gotta take it. It's literally doubling that damage.
Right on target.
Magnet health and gold drops are doubled. This card gains 20% fire rate every minute, but resets counts down each time you take damage. Let's get more magnet health and gold drops, sure. Let's do a bit of econ. And what do we want to get rid of? Each new soda you get levels up by 1. Gain 20% fire rate and attack piercing every 2 minutes. We've got 60% fire rate and 3 piercing. 12% dodge there. 5% attack damage for each card you own. And every 50 kills you restore 1 health. Well, let's get rid of the dodge. I think it's time. It's only 12% chance. Oh my god, we can get another dash charge. Or more movement speed, 22 to 33%. Sodas deal more damage. Nah, I think we've got to go for the dash charge here. Another legendary. Ooh, and that's a speed boost. Give me all of your shit. So much movement speed. Attacks deal more damage and apply chill. Verglass, whenever your attacks hit an enemy, shards of ice might explode through its back, dealing damage and inflicting chill, or critical attacks cause enemies to freeze. Let's just upgrade our normal attack. I don't really want either of these. Let's go. Up to 66% attack damage now.
Impressive.
Whenever you reload, call lightning strikes random enemies. This thing is clearing the screen for us at the moment. So I am very tempted. But Vice T giving us an extra 5% movement speed and 10% fire rate whenever we dash is also pretty good. Purple Pain, if it increased the number of electric discs, then I would be more interested. But at the moment, it's sort of it's a nice passive thing to have, but it's not helping us a massive amount. Whereas Core Lightning, yeah, we're going for it. It's literally clearing screens for us. What do we got here? You gain 10% attack damage. This bonus is multiplied by the level of soda with the highest level you own. Or 10% attack crit chance. I think this is just straight up better than this toolbox card that gives us 5% per card. So 25% total. We only need a level 3 soda, and the one that we just picked up is going to be better. Let's just check that. Does it actually show up? 40%. Yeah, that's a massive increase in damage. Extra 15% on top of what we already had. And oh yeah, I can feel it. What do we want at this point? I kind of want to be reloading a lot more. Let's get a magnet. Get that Core Lightning just popping off. More movement speed. Flat 10% dodge chance or dash cooldown increase. I think we take the movement speed. 33%. We're getting speedy. Upgrading the rarity of Purple Pain. That increases its duration, reduces its cooldown, increases the number of bounces, and increases the damage. Yeah, although I do love Core Lightning and the movement speed and fire rate bonus from Vice T, I think when we see rarity increases, that's usually a massive boost. Like, level ups don't affect as many stat increases as increasing the rarity. So let's do it. Let's get Purple Pain up. I'm all here for it. Ooh, hello, what do we got here? We got 2 rares. When you level up, this card gains 5% attack damage, soda damage, or global damage. And then for each different coloured soda, you gain 10% soda damage. What different coloured sodas do we have? We've got blue, green, purple. Don't think white counts. So we've got three different colours. So that's 30% damage. We could go for more scaling. 40%. If only this was and not an or, so you'd gain 5% global attack and soda damage. Yeah, I do really like the doubled magnet health and gold drops. But I think we got to take damage over it. Yeah, let's go. It's damage time. And I think we pretty much have our build. Unless we can find some crazy other cards. Which, granted, we might. Oh, that's a lot of guys. Okay. I'm nervous. Taking damage grants XP based on the amount of damage taken. Or if your health is below 30, gain 30% global damage. I don't want any of them. Let's just go. Oh, that was a big... We're on full health and we've gone down to 65. Oh, there's an elite there. Okay. That might have been... I swear enemies are getting quicker. Maybe it's just me. Whenever you reload, you belch fire from your mouth. Damaging and applying blaze to enemies caught in it. Blaze is deals damage every second for 4 seconds. Cannot stack, inflicts 100 plus 5% of the enemy's current health. Nah, we don't want any of that. Them. Let's banish Heartburn. Summon mini-stars around you with Helios that lock onto and attack nearby enemies. 4-second cooldown, 100 damage, count 8. Nah. Trailblazer, dashing causes a delayed explosion to occur throughout its path. Damaging and applying blaze to enemies inside the explosion area for 320 damage on a 5-second cooldown. Sure. Those poor guys. Right, we're going up for that health. Enemies are dealing a lot of damage to us when we get hit. We need that health. Upgrading Purple Pain from 156 to 250 damage for 6.2 second cooldown. Increase movement speed and fire rate after we dash. Or 12% strike damage. What is our strike? Warp Bubble is our strike. Sure. I think Warp Bubble is getting enemies off screen, so it's not immediately noticeable how good it is. But I think it's pretty damn good. It's just a bit hard to tell. We really want to be dashing as much as we can. Keep that movement speed going. Movement speed and fire rate increase. And also, we got an attack on our dash. We got them explosions, don't we? There's a magnet. Oh, yeah. Give us that magnet, thank you, game. Your attacks deal more damage and apply chilled, going from 66 to 99% more damage. Shangabi Blueberry, your strikes become more efficient, 22% to 44%. And our strikes are warp bubbles, so presumably that makes... It might increase the chance, but it definitely will increase the bullet damage. I think it's just better to go for the standard Glacier here. 66 to 99% damage. We're getting a lot of XP. Purple Rain. Your strikes deal more damage. Or Call Lightning on reload. 548 to 708 damage. Yeah, I think that's where we want to go. I have no idea how much life enemies are having right now. Let's just have a look. Ooh, Call Lightning doesn't actually seem to be doing that much damage anymore. It seems like it was a beast in the early game, but right now, is it just not getting past enemies' defenses or something? Like, 700 damage is still a lot of damage. But I think enemies are starting to have, like, thousands of health. Okay. Warp Bubble increasing the bullet damage from 66 to 84%. Oh man, we get the slimes. Oh, I do love the slimes. Dying enemies might spawn slimes to fight alongside with you. The chance increases with each toxic stack. We're not applying toxic at all. 8% chance plus 3% chance per stack. Slimes deal 70 damage and last 7 seconds. Might not seem a lot, but it's pretty damn good. Let's go, let's get it. The slimes add up, man. With the amount of enemies that end up on screen, it ends up being Slime City over here. Is this a wave of just balls? It certainly seems that way. There's the level. Electrocutes mini stun duration increases and now deals damage each time it stuns an enemy. It is a passive, and we can get as many passives as we want. The only thing is, it's only triggering on purple pain right now. I think that's the only thing that's giving us electrocute. Maybe Core Lightning does? Nah, I don't think Core Lightning does. Sure, let's get Raijin anyway. So you see that purple flying disc? That's what's stunning enemies. So we just increased the stun duration of that. Like, it does seem to be hitting guys. It's got a fairly decent attack pattern. It's just a bit small. If leveling up made it bigger or made you fire additional ones, it would be so much better. Don't even have to increase the damage it deals. Okay, we have... Each time you level up, 10 gold accumulates in this card. When discarded, you gain the gold. Or bosses, mini-boss, and elites deal 50% less damage. I don't want either of those. Like, 50% less damage is real good. Don't get me wrong. But don't think particularly mini-bosses and bosses are gonna be the problem for us. I think it's hordes of enemies. So we are working on it. Oh. Boss number 2. Alright, fella. How's it going? Do we melt him? Not quite yet. But he's not having a good time, is he? Did he even fire out a single attack? We got Zenith Percy as a blueprint. Strikes become more efficient here. Your sparks become more efficient. What are our sparks? Zazajuice. Dying enemies spread bullets around them. These bullets cannot ricochet and deal 50% damage. Or our Core Lightning Blitz. Yeah, I'm going to get Terrasan Blueberry here. I want my sparks to become more efficient. Whatever that means. I presume it's just general stat increase. But I wish it'd give more information. We could increase the damage on the little fireball we send out when we dash. That is pretty good. Sundowner. When blazed enemies die, they keep burning on the ground, applying blaze. Or your deploys deal more damage. That is our Disc of Electric. 12% more damage. Let's just apply more blaze, I think. Let it spread. Now, can we get a good card here? That is 5% attack crit chance and 10% chance to heal 1 HP when landing a crit. Or 16% summon damage. Yeah, we don't want any of them. If that was an epic or legendary summon damage, I might take it. Or can you get more than one summon card? We'll find out when we level up. The extra summon damage only applying to one card is a little bit stinky. 100% global damage. When you get hit, you instantly die. That's like an instant game over for me, because I get hit a lot. That's just straight up 45% attack damage. Is this gonna... This is gonna scale more than that with just one more level in something. Oh my god, do we not pick it up? I don't know if we pick this one up, guys. 45% attack damage. How many soda slots do we have? We're full on sodas, so it's only passives that this rare is applying to each new soda you get levels up by 1. So I think we can take that out now, since all our slots are filled. We start scaling our damage like crazy. I'm scared if those scythe dudes hit us. I imagine they're going to do a lot of damage. Bearing in mind we only have 90 max health right now. Okay. What was that? They did 15 damage a hit. We get Verglass now? I swear we had... Oh, we don't have full stuff. Shit. Oh well. Yeah, let's do Verglass. Whenever your attacks hit an enemy, shards of ice might explode through its back, dealing damage and inflicting chill. For a 10% chance and 200 ice shard damage, 5 shard count, so that's 1,000 damage total, and 1 piercing. Just chipping away. Thankfully, we're getting a lot of health drops. So we can just get our health right back up there. Oh. Increased chance for slimes. And more damage on slimes. And increased slime lifetime. I'm a big slime fan. Yeah. You know, I'm a simple man. I see slime, I take slime. We've seen how good they can be before. They've annihilated bosses just on their own, because when enemies around turn into slimes, they end up focusing the enemy the closest by. So if there's loads of enemies around a boss that spawn slimes, just tons of slimes absolutely dogpile bosses, and it goes hard. What are our strikes again? Warp Bubble and Verglass. Sure, let's make our strikes become more efficient. It's legendary. Verglass is the ice shards. So I presume that's going to increase the chance of it triggering and increase the damage. We got enemies surviving now. Not so much. More slime upgrades. More ricocheting... No, not ricocheting bullets, sorry. Dying enemies shooting out more bullets. Or we can get... whenever a bullet hits an enemy, enough bullet gets shot at a random point on the map. Just increasing the damage rather than the chance there. No, I think we go slimes. Increase the slime damage and the slime lifetime. We'd love them to turn into forever chemicals if possible. We're kind of like the real life Coca-Cola company here. We're putting out forever chemicals into the world. And infecting the local populace. That was really grim. 45% movement speed, increasing them from epic to legendary. Now, like reload time decrease is great, but 0.1 times is 10%. So it's not a huge amount. Your attacks gain ricochet though. That's gonna be hefty. There's no downside to that as well. Our attacks pierce, bear in mind as well. I believe they have 1 piercing. So piercing and ricochet, I'm not sure how they interact with each other, but it can't be bad, surely. That's some health up. When blazed enemies die, they keep burning on the ground, applying blaze, going from 1.6 to 2.2 seconds. Trailblazer, increasing the damage that our blaze does, the little fireballs we shoot out. Or deploys deal more damage. Let's increase Trailblazer. We have an incentive to dash. Especially when there's loads of enemies around us. Oh. Honestly, I love that core lightning. It's really hard to tell, like, what sort of damage it's doing. I think it's taking out enemies. It feels like it is. More damage with our dash? Maybe. This is the same 3 options we had in the last level up. Sure, let's upgrade our dash even more. Get some more damage over time going. Why not? We've got 3 dashes, so we may as well utilize them. Bearing in mind, it also gives us attack speed and movement speed buff after we've dashed. That's one of the sodas. So they're all like synergizing with each other nicely. We got 1.5 minutes until the boss. Oh, did we deal 29k damage? It couldn't have been. No, 2,900. Your attacks deal more damage and apply chill. Going from 99 to 132% damage. Strikes become more efficient, and our strikes are the Warp Bubble and Burgess. Or sparks become more efficient. Our sparks are Zaza Juice. That is bullet spread on dying enemies. And Core Lightning. Let's do more Core Lightning, sure. I think it's doing about 1,000 damage now. Definitely saw 11,000 damage in one hit there. That must have been a crit. We got 1 minute left till the last boss. We're just farming XP right now. Okay. I thought it shows up at 20 minutes. And no slimes. The slimes keep us alive for moment up to this fight. Oh wow, okay, I wasn't expecting that attack. I think it's gotten mad. Hell yeah. Pick that shit up. EWGF. You summon a thundercloud that locks onto and deals continuous damage to the nearest enemies. Enemies that get hit get electrocuted. 1,000 damage. Ultimate. You found a blueprint. Nutrivolt Black. I don't think we've ever had an ultimate before. Electrocutes mini stun duration increases and now deals damage each time it stuns an enemy. Yeah. We're nearly dead. Hell yeah, that was the hardest difficulty that we've done yet. Let's see. What damage even is that? Is that 84 million? 843 million. Yeah, 843 million damage from player projectile. What is that? What's player projectile? Time 1 second. Who knows? But that is insane. And then chain lightning and lightning, each dealing like 22 and 24 mil. That is where most of our damage was coming from then. Yeah, sweet. Okay. Let's return to the ship. Alright, well, I think that's going to be it for today's episode, guys, but thank you so much for tuning in. If you liked what you see, then don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, you know, all the usual jazz. And yeah, I will catch you in the next video. Ta-ta for now.